Pardon me, I'm afraid I didn't understand you. What did you say?
My career.
Well, you have a tumor.
And one day I just found a lump in
through
my
an
breast.
MRI, and he goes, "You've got a brain tumor."
I think when I was diagnosed,
First one was a mixed germ cell.
complete shock.
My hip, and then the bones in my
how to
leg.
fight it. You know, you're fighting a battle that you can't see or predict.
At 21 with cervical cancer, you wonder, why me?
I wasn't going to let it get me. It wasn't going to
Yeah,
be
well, I
my
think you
death.
are a survivor from the moment you know, because that's what happened to me.
Coast to Coast, a run for survivorship, on the surface is my 3,500-mile run across the United States for the 10 million American cancer survivors. But it's a lot more than just a run. Of course, when you support Coast to Coast, a run for survivorship, you're supporting young survivors in their effort to get educated through the Ullman Fund, or a new survivorship clinic at the Yale Cancer Center, or an information center for cancer survivors across the United States at the University of California, San Francisco Cancer Resource Center. But you're supporting so much more than that. Coast to Coast, a run for survivorship is a documentary. Joining us on the road is a film crew. They're here to interview survivors along the way, to learn about their needs in big cities, small towns, and everywhere in between. The finished product is going to be a wonderful way to learn about survivors' needs. But hopefully, it's also going to serve to unite the survivorship community across the United States. Coast to Coast, a run for survivorship, is the high school challenge. The high school challenge is our team's call to high school students across the United States to get involved in the survivorship community. We're inviting high school students to come out and run or be involved in many other creative ways. Of course, when I'm running, some people turn their heads and ask questions. But when I've got a group of high school students or young people running with me, everyone wants to know what's going on. Everyone wants to know what these young people are so passionate about. And that's where we can really make the difference. Young voices are among the most powerful, and Coast to Coast, a run for survivorship, and the high school challenge are about using those young voices to affect change for the 10 million American cancer survivors. Supporting the Coast to Coast run is so much more than writing a check. It's creating a new generation of people who care. It's supporting a film that will continue to inspire and unite the community long after the run is over. Our team is so much bigger than the road crew. It already includes high school students and people across the country, including survivors. And none of this would be possible without our wonderful sponsors: Fleetwood Motorhomes, PepsiCo, Cool Max, Bare Naked, ASICS, Blank Roan, Jeffries, JS Herald Execution, Saab of Westport. Supporting the Coast to Coast run is so much more than supporting my run across the United States or our 3 wonderful beneficiaries. It means making an investment in the survivorship community for the future.
Through our experiences, Dave and I have both learned to live our life with purpose.
Well, for me, you know, surviving doesn't define me as a person, but it definitely has enriched my life. It was definitely a difficult and challenging time, but I definitely see life through a different set of eyes now.
So little by little, I'm discovering that I want to do what I want to do, what people call that, like, the gift of cancer, which is kind of an odd way to put it, but in a way, it is like that. It gets you to look at things and see things differently.
I look forward to being able to go on vacation. I look forward to being able to go out and ride. I look forward to being able to read a good book. Things I used to take for granted, I now recognize time is valuable, and I've got a finite amount of it. So I try to make more out of it now than I used to.
10 million American cancer survivors need your help. Please join us in supporting them by becoming a sponsor of Coast to Coast, a run for survivorship.